Dis à tes amis.
All right. So 3, 2, 1.
Was I supposed to clap?
You were.
Did I clap? Well, did you hear my clap though?
I didn't hear your clap, but I'm going to assume you clapped because at least looking at your screen.
Clapped.
Okay. Looking at your screen, I saw like when I clapped, something came up on yours and I'm like, okay, I'm assuming she clapped.
We're starting off strong.
We are starting off strong, yes. So this is funny because I've recorded a few of these with some of my other friends already, and I guess this is kind of like the impromptu freestyle intro I kind of came up with, and I've just been telling everybody. So the name of the show is We Sigh Together. It's a play on the nickname Young Sigh, but it's kind of like a little vent session where, you know, it doesn't have to be too deep. It's whatever you're comfortable with. But if there's just something in your life that you're like, you know what, this I'm not really feeling this. Now's the time you can be like, all right, let me just kind of get it off my chest. Again, it's whatever you're comfortable with. It could just be like, you know what, I don't really like the way that the food I ate yesterday was, and we could talk about that for an hour. It's all up to you.
I mean, I don't know. Usually when like things of this nature come up, like it's usually, I'm really good with answering questions and then kind of going on a tangent from there. It's never been in a space where it's like, oh, talk about whatever you want, and then we'll just kind of go from there. So it's different. I like it. It's a very different approach to this sort of platform.
Yeah. I never really thought about that way. See, originally I was gonna have a more question and answer based focus where I'm like interviewing and it's a little more deep and blah blah blah. But after I recorded my first episode with Paz, shout out Paz. It's still really good. But like I think I said it in another episode, I'm like, it's just not the vibe I really wanted to go with. Because it just felt a little too like, I don't know.
A little too corporate, not cozy enough, not personable enough.
Yeah, it felt a little too cold.
Yeah.
Like me and Paz, you know, we're good friends, and you could tell that we were just like having a genuine, friendly conversation.
Yeah.
But like me stopping and like reading off questions that I already had and this and that, it was kind of just like, all right, I'm not really getting I wasn't getting anywhere with it, but I wasn't getting the type of vibe I wanted to bring. It just felt a little too like talk show hosty.
Yeah. Usually like what a standard podcast would be, or just like an interview period. I get it.
Yeah. And if anybody has ever heard my previous podcast, they don't want that from me. My previous podcast was for the heathens.
For the heathens, no. Listen, even the heathens need a podcast, okay? They need someone to listen to.
No, it's a good thing that like every now and then me and my former co-host, one of my best friends, we would like, when we would talk about serious topics, it was always just like us, you know, bringing humanity in and just being like, you know what, I don't think it's okay for people to be racist, or I don't think it's okay for people to be homophobic and blah blah blah. And like, you know, just on the right side of history.
Right.
But then we would sprinkle that in between like we were like maybe 1 or 2 takes away from being a red pill podcast.
Oh my god, I can't with y'all.
Like we had to let people know that I'm like, this is not our politics, y'all.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. I mean, you know, it's just when you get to talking in a comfortable space, you just start yapping and like you're like, whoa. I gotta pull it back.
It was too comfortable. I literally had to take down our first season because I was just like, you know what?
I'm gagged. What?
We were wilding.
I'm gagged. Not the whole season. Come on, guys.
Whole season went down. if you go on like Spotify or like Apple Podcasts, you can find the rest of it. But season 1 is just
Oh, I'm sick.
I went back. I had to listen to all those episodes at one point. I was just like, bro, we are.
This is not content. We cannot use this.
I was like, at some point, we should have had a producer in the room just to be like, hey. Or I should have just handed it off to somebody else for the editing so they could.
Right. We need somebody to censor this because untrustworthy at this point. Like, what? Are you trying to get canceled?
I thought it was funny. Granted, but I was also the one recording it. So maybe if I just had another set of ears that could have been like,
Yeah, sometimes that's a really good thing to have, is just that person that's like right behind you to double check your work, and be like, hey, this is funny, but it might not be funny to everyone. But I think too, we're just in a very, and this is just my personal opinion, as far as like cancel culture and all of that, I think it's gotten a little too sensitive, where really just nothing can be a joke. No one can be a butt of a joke. No one can everybody is so serious. And I think that there are a lot of topics and things that you have to stand firm on and be serious about. But I think like with cancel culture, it's just been, we've kind of lost the idea of what it means to be, just a little, like have humor in things. And I don't know. It gets a little weird sometimes.
No, I 100% agree. It's cancel culture. It's evolved into a weird thing on the internet where nowadays it's just random. Like you never know what'll get you canceled. You'll never know. 'Cause the people who complain the most about cancel culture also do the most wanting to cancel. So like you'll see a lot of like right-wing people be like, I just want to say slurs all day and blah blah blah, but then like, for example, right now Druski, he I don't know if you've been keeping up, but he uploaded that sketch where he's like in
basically white face.
Honestly, that's top. That whoever that makeup artist is, like, I hope that
the blending.
I saw a video on Twitter this morning before we actually got on, talking. I try not to use Twitter anymore, but like sometimes I'm just like, let me see what the Nazis are up to. And I seen a dude talking about like, I seen Druski's latest video, and I was looking at it. I said, he looked familiar. Bro looked like it was like if you put a mirror in front of, like he was an actual white dude who just looked like Druski in whiteface. Like it was. He was like, he should come down. I got a derby race I'm gonna be racing in. I'll have him in the pits with me. I was just like, yo, that's
that's
crazy.
I actually saw, like, when I saw that video, I think I saw it on Instagram or maybe Facebook, and I looked through the comments, because usually with any video, I'm going straight to the comments, because it just, there's so many more perspectives, and just like there's a lot of humor in the comments. And I'm looking and I see a lot of Caucasian people, and men particularly they're actually not giving any sort of like malicious response to him. They're like, dude, I know someone who looks exactly like this, or who speaks like this, or who does this. Like, this is funny. Like, I find humor in this. And then you have, the ones and twos who are just like, oh, I've seen this comment quite a few times within the comments, is just people saying like, oh, what if it was the other way around? Then it'd be a problem. Like, it's been a problem.
Yeah.
That you guys did it first. So
the craziest part is, like, they're like, it'd be a problem, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, it would be a problem just based off of the historical context of what blackface is.
Correct.
But we still gave Robert Downey Jr. a career after Tropic Thunder. So again, hard. I'm not saying like this everybody should go out there and just start being a different race. Like, no.
It was just finding humor in something, because that was found humorous to that particular to those particular people, or the people who were doing it, when it came to the Black culture. They found that humorous, or just mocking that sense, and like it wasn't funny back then. So to even just make the comment, I feel like that you're so disconnected from the history, the history of that. Is just like, just to make the comment and say, like, if it were the other way around, like, come on, come on, let's lock in.
Yeah.
So.
It's just one of those things where I'm like, I think, I'm not going to just say white people, but people who get upset about stuff like that, they forget to realize a lot of the historical context that a lot of things happen with, especially like Black people specifically. I think it's always disingenuous to group in minorities as a whole, because every minority has had a different struggle. But like, all I'm saying is the amount of media you see, especially like from foreign cultures, that like depict Black people in like a way that it's just like, oh, that's stereotypical and really bad, is because of the fact that the US was pumping out so much like minstrel shows and just like negative depictions,
Right,
and just shipping it out to the world.
Right.
It's like, now that Druski's making it was a very lighthearted joke too. Like, he could have gone way harder. He could have,
yeah,
all he really did was drink a few beers, go to a NASCAR show. And I think the most loaded part of the video, which the joke is that he's a Black man in whiteface doing it, is where he's like spitting on the floor and like talking to another Black person being like, "You lost, boy." Like that's where the joke comes from. The joke isn't, oh, look at white people, like this white guy being racist.
Right.
Like the context is, it's Druski doing it.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And like, I've seen so many like white kick streamer, the XQCs and Aiden Rosses of the world being like, well, I should go and do it and we'll see. And I'm just like, bro,
that
literally
wasn't
have
the point.
like,
And that's where the disconnect is. When you start to think of it from that way, that's not the point.
Yeah. Also, I'm just like, Aiden Ross, you literally platform Nazis.
Literally.
Like,
Let's not even get started on that fully.
Yeah, like, I don't want to, we're not going to get into that. Barrel worms. But again, going back to the original point, the reason why I brought it up is you talking about like, yeah, cancel culture is so sensitive, but it's sensitive in the weirdest way. Like, it's, it has to do with a lot of right-wing sentiment, and it's like, this is only not funny if the joke's on us, or if the joke's about us.
Like I said, nobody wants to be the butt of the joke anymore.
Yeah. But like, then you have like actual white comedians like Matt Rife go up and do I think this was like a controversy like a year or two ago, where he goes up and he does like one of those like 1950s like wife beating jokes, and it's just like, when people are like, yo, that's not okay, all these guys are like, bro, cancel culture sucks, blah blah blah. Like, people just got to remember, you could have freedom of speech, like that's your First Amendment right, but if I want to beat your ass because of what you said, like it's not a freedom of, like, again, you could say it all you want, that's on you, but there isn't a freedom of consequence.
Right. Sometimes the things that you say come with consequence. Listen, you just gotta, I mean, if you choose to go that route and you stand on business, then okay, but some things, like you said, like, they have consequence to them. And while I think that there should be a cap to said consequence, because I think even nowadays, people are taking that a little too extreme as far as consequences go, like more from a physical standpoint.
Yeah,
I think that, you know, sometimes you just have to deal with those consequences because you're not, I mean, you're not going to please everybody. And sometimes the things that you say, even if it is for a laugh or two, they may not hit, and it may not have been right to say, or maybe the right time to say it.
yeah. No, 100%. Like, I think, was it TikTok? Yeah, it was. I think it was TikTok. Uh, I reposted a video on TikTok because it was like a black creator, and I guess he was doing like card openings on TikTok Live, and somebody came in and was like saying slurs, and this dude just like was like, you know what, I'm just gonna find out who you are IRL and just let everybody in your life and vicinity just know about this. Like, I'm sending it to. Like, I'm just bringing down like hellfire on you.
Sometimes you gotta
and I'm
tell
just
somebody's
like,
mom.
yeah, and I'm just like, you know what? Like, you could say like, oh, you're crossing a line, you're trying to take like money out of his, blah blah blah, and I'm just like, but at the same time, if you feel emboldened enough to say slurs online at somebody you don't know, then I think it's kind of one of those be the person online that you are IRL.
100%.
Like, if you don't, if I'm the person I am with my parents to my friends, then I have nothing to hide.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. That's
like
good.
if somebody were to be like, again, I have this infamous tweet amongst my friends where I was wilding. I'm not gonna bring it up now.
That's okay.
But it's an infamous tweet where I was wilding and my friends read it and they, we laugh about it every now and then. But like, if they're like, I'm gonna send this to your mom, be like, yeah, send it to her. She'll be like, the fuck is wrong with you? And she might not hug me for a day or two, but we'll be cool.
Right. We'll be cool at the end of the day. Yeah. I mean, I think that's super important, especially with the, I guess you could say, the profession that we're in, whether, whoever takes it as a profession versus like just it being a hobby or part of their life. I think that that's extremely important but it also has like its quote unquote downfall, with the goal I feel for every streamer or gamer or whoever is using this platform to create community and create an audience, is to essentially be who you are on and off screen. Just keep that cohesion and keep it consistent and just authentically be yourself. And I think that we don't really get that too often. And I think that a lot of people intentionally do it, like streamers and things, because I catch myself like doing or maybe saying something that I wouldn't necessarily say, nothing like outlandish or bad, but more so maybe just like in the way that I act, or maybe just something that I wouldn't have done or wouldn't have thought to do. And I think it's just because you're in a mindset too of, I need to be engaging. What can I do? What can I say? How can I act to have people click on this and be here? And like, how can I be a chameleon in a sense and just like try to go with the flow and be everybody's streamer. So I think there's difficulty in that, but I think that the overall goal should be, like you said, to be who you are, who you are to your parents or who you are to your friends, and that shows through your streams as well. Like you can see how genuine that is.
No, I agree. My streams, I haven't really streamed as much as I'd like to, but yeah, my streams, I'm really bad at engaging.
Me too, honestly.
Like I try my hardest, but there are times where I'm just streaming and I'm like, oh shit, I have not like spoken to chat at all. Or like not even I haven't spoken to chat. I haven't spoken. Like
Yeah.
I'm just sitting there like actually playing the game
Right,
like if I
locked
was
in.
just playing it off stream.
Yep.
Like just locked in and I'm like, okay, hold on, let me say something out loud.
Yep.
Like specifically I started playing this game called Date Everything Simulator.
Mm-hmm.
And thankfully most of the dialogue is read out loud. Like, you know,
Yeah,
it's,
so no dead air.
They got no dead air. But when it comes to like me choosing my dialogue options, I just read it in my head as quickly as possible. I'll just click one. And I'm like, I should, because I know there are people who like, they might not actively be watching, like paying attention to the screen, but they have it on for like background noise.
Correct.
So I'm like, I should at least read out loud what my options are. And I keep trying to remind myself because I'm just like, people are probably hearing this and like you're only getting half a conversation. Like you don't understand what I just chose or why this character is responding a certain way.
Right. Exactly. I have quite literally the same issue because it's the same thing with when I started Lies of P. I told myself that games like that require so much attention and that have such an extensive story, I don't want to stream it because I want to be able to, because when I'm streaming that, I feel like I sometimes get too involved into the chat and I rely on them. So when I try to edit it and put it out for YouTube, not too much. When I edit and try to put it on for YouTube, there are a lot of scenes where I'm fully engaged into chat. And I'm like, I want this to be like, I don't want that sort of distraction, especially if it's on YouTube. But I think too, on the opposite side of that, there are moments where there are people who get in my chat and they're like, you're not paying attention to chat. And I'm like, dude, I'm trying to lock in. I'm trying to like not unalive for the 100th time. I have to at some point beat this. So I don't know. It's such a catch-22. I just felt called out
right now, but because I'm definitely both sides of that.
And you should, because guys, if you don't know, Carli is just in the chat, always active and pointing out my flaws. How dare he?
No. Listen, I'm just in there giving out pro tips. So I'm just like,
Did you see Paz's pro tip? Whoa, no, pause. He came into chat and he was like, Chris, I gave Ricky the same advice. If you get to a boss that you can't beat, just Control Alt Delete.
Oh my god!
And then he said, or hit the power button on your PC.
The funniest.
Oh my god!
Hilarious. The funniest thing is bringing up Ricky. Ricky already beat the game. He beat it on like legendary or something, like the hardest difficulty you can beat it on. And I'm like, bro.
Dude, Ricky is a gamer. Okay, like I truly feel he's one of those people who is just a gamer.
No, he is. So I met Ricky over the pandemic. I'm not gonna get too into it, like the details, but he's a friend of a friend. We start playing games together. We became friends really quick. Ricky's like a brother to me. I love that man. But one of the first things I learned about Ricky just by hanging out and playing games with him is that he can literally pick up a game, play a little bit, and like by the next 2 game sessions, he's like one of the best players at that game you'll ever know. And when I was like talking to him about it recently, he was like, no, I'm kind of just like a one-trick pony. I'm not really a jack of all trades. It's just when I focus on one game, I get really into it and I just get, I'm like, no, you're selling yourself short. You're good at video games, and that's that's okay to admit.
Yep. And I've only been kind of like building rapport and playing with Ricky and stuff for maybe a few months now, and just like exactly as you say, I could tell that in his streams when he is streaming, like he's completely locked. And he knows exactly what he's doing, and if he doesn't, he's gonna know it by the next time he plays it. Like,
Yeah.
when it comes to Lies of P, I'm still in the dark with a lot of this stuff. I mean, considering I just started, but he just kind of seems like he has that personality trait of like, I don't think that anybody cannot call him a gamer. Like, I call myself a gamer, but I'm pretty I'm versatile, but not really, because you'll consistently see me playing Rivals. That's just what it is. And
Yeah.
Ricky plays everything.
Yeah, I'm just like, I call myself a gamer just because I'm one of those, I don't know, I'm one of those nerds that's like into everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, whether it's popular or like niche, like
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot about, so like when it comes to games, I'll play like the 2Ks and the Maddens and games of that nature, the Call of Duties. But I'll also get like really deep into like Marvel Rivals or like something like, I like to play a lot of like turn-based strategy games, like RPGs and stuff.
Yeah.
So when it comes to like Souls-like games, like I'm decent. I'm average.
Let me tell you, I think this is my first and my last, because I can't do it. This is breaking my character.
But like, I agree. Where I'm just like, I'm decent. I'm average. I can play the game.
Yeah.
But like, when I see Ricky play video games, I'm just like, damn. So that's what it's like to actually be good. Like,
yeah, totally. It's crazy. That man he's a different breed. Love Ricky. Appreciate him always, because he carries us quite literally in peak. Like, I have not physically made it to the peak yet myself. My physical body has not made it there. But at the end of every game that we play, last night it was a group of 8 of us, and the only one who reached the peak was Ricky. We were all just falling. Like, it was like a domino effect. One fell, then the other, then the other, then the other. And Ricky was like, well, I got to make it to the top. But that's so... he's a blessing, because his optimism shines through so much. And like, he's always like, no, it wasn't me, it was all of us. And we're like, no, Ricky, we could call, we got to call a spade a spade. You did it. You carried us. He's like, no.
You did that.
No, it was all of us. No, it wasn't.
He be making me mad sometimes, because I'll like, again, I'm not, like, there's a difference between self-deprecating humor and just like not being able to compliment yourself. Like, I'm able, like, I'm confident in myself, and but I'm also able to make jokes about myself, because that's how confident I am.
Yeah.
So I'll sometimes just be like, man, I really sucked this game. Like, I did so bad. Yeah. And like, if even like, especially when we win, like, not just to be like, oh, I suck, like, I'm looking for likes and like, thank you guys. No, it's just like, damn, I really did bad, but we still won. Like, y'all carried. Like, I'm just being like, my friends are great at this game. And Ricky's like, nah, we all did that. I'm like, shut up. Like, I'm like, if you weren't here, this game wouldn't have been won. Like,
exactly. You got to realize that sometimes you're the carry. Some people carry. Others are kind of just like, we're there to support. And, we contribute. And it may not be as much as you contributed. And that's okay.
Listen, every team needs the support character.
For real.
I'm okay with being I don't even know if I'm the support character. I think I'm like the gag comedy character that, like, at the end of the boss fight looks down and has like a hole in them.
Right. Exactly. You need people who have your 6. Every line needs an end. So that doesn't mean that we are less qualified. It just means maybe for that particular game or time, we just
games
plural. We couldn't deliver as strongly as you, and that's okay. Take that and roll with that. It's cool.
100%, because I'm just like, listen, y'all, we'll hop on Fortnite or, again, like Marvel Rivals, and especially Marvel Rivals. Yeah. I will play support. I'm like, I can guarantee at least 10K healing.
Yeah. Yeah.
If the game gets to it, I'm not gonna be the best healer in the game most oftentimes, but you can't say I wasn't doing my job.
Right.
And even if I am playing DPS support, I'm doing both. I'm doing both.
Oh my god, that's hilarious, bro. It's so funny to see, like, because the game's been out half a year already, a little more than it, like half a year.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's not, I think it's gonna be a year in a few months.
I feel like oh my gosh, this went by so quick.
It came out December?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's been about 9 months that it's been out.
Jeez, I remember when it first started. It's so funny how things have transitioned with this particular game, mind you. My obsession for this game has come from out of the blue, because I was not an Overwatch player. I never played Overwatch. I didn't really play any style that is similar to Rivals. I was usually, before all of this, before I even started streaming, I was a backseat gamer to my brothers, and I was like a cozy gamer. I like things on my Switch. I was chill.
You were playing Animal Crossing?
No, not even Animal Crossing. It was more like,
really?
I was more into The Sims, Disney Dreamlight Valley,
okay,
like that sort of style. I mean, I don't know why I never got into Animal Crossings, but
I love Animal Crossing.
I need to get into that, because I want to do more cozy games on my channel. But I have no experience. That. Hey, okay.
I watch you play Animal Crossing.
Okay.
Get stressed out being shook down by the Animal Crossing mafia.
Oh no, stress. I'm trying to not be stressed, man.
I'm not gonna lie. Animal Crossing is such a cozy game, and then you take a week off and come back, them villagers let you know. They'd be like, I was at your crib every day. You wasn't coming out. What's good?
That's
we got beef?
hilarious.
Like, do I gotta move away? Like,
that's hilarious.
And you're just like, you start getting social anxiety. You're like, shit, should I say hi? Like,
not social anxiety in the game.
No, it's like, I love Animal Crossing, but they let you know.
Oh, I love that. I do. I need to get more. I need to delve a little deeper into cozy games. But this obsession with Rivals is actually, it's unhealthy how much I really, really thoroughly enjoy that game. And even with the toxicity coming from just like the community, with everything in the game that doesn't necessarily feel, the matchmaking, the characters, the buffs, the nerfs, all the stuff, like I still am so attracted toward that game. And I think it mainly stems from I'm a Marvel girl through and through. You can't pay me enough money to switch over to be a DC girl. Like it'll probably never happen.
I respect that.
I don't know. I just think that the characters are just so much more lively over there on that side.
I think they're just a lot. Well, I can't really speak for modern day in comics or the movies, but
yeah.
I know growing up they just felt a lot more human.
Yes.
Taking on like otherworldly threats.
Yes, exactly.
Indomitable human spirit.
Yep. And I think that the way that they closed phase 1, and it was everything about Marvel I love so much. And I think it was the fact that I get to play a Marvel game, but I also have never played a game where I'm in a competitive setting. I've played Black Ops before. I've played like Modern Warfare, but never on. I've played Halo, like not on a competitive level. And the fact that it had, like,
probably for the best you didn't play those games competitively.
Right. I don't know. I think those two things together really piqued my interest, and then add in the fact that I get to stack with friends, like it blew me away. And then our stack then started to just like kind of diminish because of everything that was happening in the game, like the situations with the devs and all that stuff in game, the community, the matchmaking, the wins to losses ratio.
Yeah,
everyone just started to feel deflated, and I was the only one. I'm really the only one who consistently plays it to this day.
That's what I'm saying. Like my friends, their I don't want to say their excuse, but their reason is I just don't want to be angry.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
like I don't want to yell at you guys. You guys are my friends. And I'm just like, I get that.
Yeah.
You know, you guys are competitive.
Yeah.
But I'm not playing to be competitive. Like, yeah, the point of the game is to win or lose.
Yeah.
But like I'm not like losing isn't gonna ruin my day because I'm like, as long as I can at least find some semblance of fun. Like there are some times where you're just gonna get steamrolled so bad it's kind of funny.
Yep.
Like you just gotta be like, no fucking way, I only did this much.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to find the humor and the light in certain matches. Other ones, I'm just like, there's no reason we should have lost that. Like quite literally. I don't think, like how you said that they wouldn't want to like yell at each other because you're in a very competitive setting. I don't think that my stack we've ever gotten to that point or even really got mad at each other. We would just get so frustrated.
I see the way y'all talk to Bree. I'm like, she's trying her best. Leave her alone.
Listen, we do not seriously get mad at each other. When it comes to gaming in particular, we may get frustrated, we may get irritated, but like no one is getting like, we're not cursing at each other and saying like, this was your fault. You're the reason that we lost. Like usually when we lose, it's a group thing. You know, we kind of take it for what it is, whether it's one or two people. But I think all that frustration that they got toward just the losing and the consistent losing is what just made them like half of our stack uninstalled the game. They don't even have it installed on their computer anymore.
Yeah, no,
So,
I feel that.
It's just, it's one of those things. I'm hoping that with season, it's probably going to be, I assume 4.5, that they're going to come out with the placement matches and kind of adjust this whole matchmaking thing, hopefully, that I can slowly get them back on. Although they have, I don't know if you knew that the stacking has changed depending on your rank.
I didn't know that.
So bronze to gold, you can 6-stack. Plat to, don't quote me on this, but I think it's celestial. You can only 3-stack. And then celestial up, you can, or anything above celestial, you can only 2-stack. So you can't 6-stack at any point if you're high enough. That
feels, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, that's okay.
Yeah.
I feel like once you're that high up, it's kind of necessary to 6-stack.
Yeah.
Because it's like you got to have like an actual team.
Right. That's my thought process was like, I thought that this game was geared toward playing with your friends and like having that community and being able to play with a stack. But from what I read, I think they were saying that stacking with 6, it diminishes the opportunity for really, really good stacks, like top tier stacks, to just go in and steamroll other teams. Which I kind of get.
So it's like,
but
yeah,
also,
they don't want like they don't want a group of the 6 mustiest dudes.
Exactly. So we'll see. I'm excited for the seasons to come. I'm excited that the devs are actually listening to the community as far as this matchmaking, because it's horrendous. And hopefully, that'll bring, because I think they lost, and this could be wrong. I could be, it's the internet. I think they lost like 80% of their original players since the game came out. So a lot of people have left.
That's a possibility.
Mm-hmm. So
that's a possibility. Again, I don't know. I'm a degenerate. I'm a sick freak. I love Marvel Rivals.
Same.
And I think it goes back to just being a fan of Marvel comics. Mm-hmm. Like I love the X-Men. My favorite superhero, Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. Just like all these different properties that Marvel has, I'm like a big fan of. Like I love that they incorporated Blade. He doesn't get enough love at all.
No.
I hope that when that movie inevitably eventually comes out in like 50 years, it's still good. I'll be taking my grandkids to go watch it. I'm like, see,
Period.
back in my day, we had
Right.
Wesley Snipes in the 90s. I wasn't even around for that one yet, but it was the closest thing I had to it.
Can you imagine when kids are involved, like you have your own children, right? Your own little humans, and you get to put them on to what is one of the best franchises ever. Like the fact that you get to put them onto Marvel movies, Marvel comics, like just that entire
I'm scared
world.
they're gonna just. I'm scared that they're just gonna not fall for it. They're gonna be like, Dad, this is whack.
Can you
like,
imagine?
You're not cool. I have my own child's calling me Unc and shit, and I'm like,
oh
I'm your
my
father.
gosh! Can you imagine they grow up and they see your stream room with all your collectibles and all of your everything, your figures and and they're walking in like, yeah, nah.
They're just like you nerd, you loser.
Nah.
They're at school telling their parents are like they're telling their friends about their parents. They're all talking their dad like, yeah, my dad's into cars.
Literally.
And another kid's like, my dad's into football. And then my kid's gonna come up and be like, my dad's a fucking nerd. My dad's a loser. He reads Japanese comic books.
Oh my
like,
God.
ugh.
Next thing you know, you're gonna see yourself on TikTok because your child is taking videos and calling you Unc. Like,
my child's gonna be recording me reading like some manga. I'm not even doing anything egregious. I'm just reading, and he's just like, look at this nerd. I'm getting flamed. I don't even know it. It's not even gonna be TikTok. It'll be like some Gen Alpha coded word.
Yep. On the contrary, though, I think that like the next generation, I mean, it's already happened with the generation under us, I feel, but like your kids, I think that anime and manga and just that entire culture has become so monumental in society right now, and I think it's only going to continue to get bigger, that I think that when you have kids, I think that it will almost be the norm to like that, to be interested in that, because everybody is going to like that.
I feel like we grew up in a generation where it was starting to get accepted because it was a lot more readily available.
Mm-hmm.
Like Toonami did a lot of the legwork, but also like 4Kids TV was showing Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh and One Piece,
right?
And like even like shows that you didn't even know were anime, like Bo, like just like, and then not even that, like Disney. I don't know if it was what it was called, Toon Disney or something. Disney Toons. They had like their own little anime block where they were showing like Digimon, and Puka, and all that. So like at one point I didn't even know what anime was. Like I just was like, oh, I like that cartoon. Like I like the pirate cartoon.
Yes. And
then like once I got older and I started watching like One Piece on Toonami, I'm like, they're calling it anime, and I'm like, what the fuck? What's anime?
Right.
And then I learned, I'm like, oh, it's Japanese, Japanese cartoons. And so like that did a lot of the legwork. And then also I was a kid who loved reading. Like I just loved reading comic books. Mm-hmm. And when I found out like, oh, Naruto has a comic book and it's read backwards. Again, I didn't understand how like manga worked because I just thought it was like comic books where it's like you can just pick up any issue and you'd get a pretty good story. Yeah. So I'm like, oh, this one looks cool. And I would just pick up. I read Naruto completely out of order as a kid. I'm like, does this one have a cool fight in it? Yeah. Let me just read it.
No, I think that's like, yeah, I agree. Because when the same thing, when I was younger, I used to watch Sailor Moon. I used to watch Digimon. And when you're that young, you can't differentiate what, like, anime wasn't getting promoted, as much as it is now. It wasn't getting promoted as anime. You just kind of thought it was a cartoon. And that's how I that's how I thought of it growing up when people would ask me like, "Oh, what cartoons do you watch?" And I'm like, well, I watch, Sailor Moon and I watch Digimon. And then you started to understand what the difference was, and that became, listen, that culture is it's taking over, man. Everybody. I mean,
It is.
you could start with
It's
Japanese and then we're getting into K-pop now. Like it's going to get crazy.
yeah, yeah. It's like I love it. I love how accessible it is and
Yes.
how accepted it is. I'm not gonna be like one of those people who's like I was bullied for like an anime. But again, I think it also just depends on demographics. I think I
Yeah.
grew up with like a lot of people in my life that also just really liked anime,
Mm,
and they might have not gotten into it to the degree I got into it, but like they liked it enough to where it's like well, their perception of anime was like Dragon Ball Z. And so
yeah.
if I'm like, oh, I like anime, they're like, oh, you like Dragon Ball Z? That's cool. Like I like Dragon Ball Z, but I did run into the few people who were like, oh, you like anime? Yeah, I bet you like little girl cartoons. Like, and I'm just like, no, I like Full Metal Alchemist. The fact
Mm.
you know about that other stuff says a lot more about you than me.
Right.
But
Exactly. Exactly. And the fact that there are
it's,
just so many different animes, my goodness.
yep, yep. Like it wasn't until low key, I was like my senior year of high school, I started watching stuff outside of battle shonen anime.
Mm.
Where I'm like, oh wait, there's comedy anime? Hold on.
Yeah, there's so much. I didn't even
There's so
really
much.
start getting into anime until after high school. Like, um, my brothers were really big into it, my younger brother specifically, and I remember I used to like, I used to watch it again here and there, and then as I got older, I still watched Sailor Moon. I watched a little bit of Digimon. Um, I wasn't like super committed to Dragon Ball Z, but my brothers would watch it. So I was always around it. I never really like found really big interest in it, but it was always around. And then
Hmm.
um my first one, my real dedicated first anime start to finish was Attack on Titan. And
Oh,
literally from that my life like changed forever. That's my top anime. And no, I have not watched the I'm currently watching one of the big 3, but um yeah, that's
which
just
one?
I'm watching Bleach right now.
Oh, okay.
So, I hear a lot of good things with Bleach. A lot of people say that they love Bleach.
Bleach. Bleach is cool.
Yeah.
Me personally, I do think it's the worst of the big three. That's not to say it's bad by any means.
That is
But
an exact somebody literally said the same exact thing that you just said.
Bleach, I don't know how to explain my opinions on Bleach because it always sounds like I'm hating
Mhm.
when I'm not.
Mhm.
But Bleach just feels like it's just a lot of cool moments
Mhm.
with a decent story.
Okay.
Like I think the cool moments are so cool that people will kind of forget that the story's a little mid.
Okay. Okay.
But like that's okay because
Yeah.
we need stories like that. Like not everything needs to be like the greatest piece of writing.
Right.
Like sometimes you just need to see a guy fight a giant monster and just aura farm the entire time.
That part. I'm not super deep into it. I think I'm on episode 8, 9 because I started it not too
Oh,
long
you're
ago.
so early
Yeah.
into
I
it.
started this
Bleach,
maybe like 3 weeks ago.
I will say, cut out all the filler episodes. Bleach has like notoriously the worst filler arcs.
Okay. Okay.
Like, and then if like Bleach, Naruto, like all the big three have really bad filler arcs,
Mhm.
but like Bleaches are like the worst. Like you're just like, why? You guys should have just taken a break. Like we didn't need this.
We did not need this. The people didn't ask for this.
So you getting, I just, now I want to know a little more about you because you're saying Attack on Titan's your top one. Like that's your favorite. What are like some of your other favorite anime that you've seen so far?
Oof. Um,
I could write you a whole list. No, I'm
I
playing.
mean, honestly, there's so many. I think Attack on Titan was like my absolute favorite and still is. The story just it gets me every single time. The way that they develop the characters, the way that I felt like just how genius it was to have Eren as like an antagonist and a protagonist at the same time, at some point throughout the story. And like just the complexity of the story and the characters, it was so good. And I've probably watched it, I mean, to this day I will rewatch the entire seasons. I've probably watched it maybe like 6 or 7 times. But other than that, I will say, and this is a real, so I liked it because it was, sometimes you gotta like the not so good ones, right? Like, this isn't my favorite anime of all time. This isn't an anime that I like because I feel like it has an amazing story and, you know, like it's just top tier. But Akame ga Kill, I think it had a lot of like, there was a lot of memories attached to that anime.
Yeah.
That it still makes me laugh to this day, and I've watched it a couple times, and although the writing, like the way that it finished, I don't agree with that at all, but it's just more so for like the memorabilia of it rather than the actual production of the anime.
Yeah. No, I feel that.
JJK has quite literally become top 2. That,
oh my gosh, I don't want to
talk
about JJK.
Oh my god!
I love Jujutsu Kaisen. While everybody was like, I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not gonna spoil anything for you, so I'm just gonna.
Okay, yeah, please don't.
I'm not gonna spoil any. Like, I'm not gonna get into any plot or anything. I'll just say this: a lot of the fandom was upset with how it ended. They said it felt a little rushed, which, yeah, but I still think from beginning to end, it's one of the best stories like ever told. Like, it's so good.
I'm so excited. You don't understand. I watched the season 3 trailer and I was just like,
oh, it's about to get wicked.
Oh my gosh. I'm in awe.
I'm like, I'm excited.
Yeah.
And then for the people who have already finished the manga, and I mean, by the time this comes out, the manga might already be in its, you know, production and just like coming out already.
Yeah.
But he's coming off with like a spin-off sequel manga.
What?
So that'll be, yeah. It takes place like in the future after like all the events of the main story.
Oh my gosh.
So that'll be, I'm based off the premise that I read, it sounds interesting. Like, I'm curious to see where he goes from there.
Okay.
But like, I love JJK. Like, I'm glad that one's like one of the popular ones.
Yes. What a show. And I recently actually got into JJK. I watched that maybe like 3-4 months ago. I started it from
okay.
But I watched it in the way I didn't watch it in the way that the seasons were released. I watched it in chronological order, in the story's chronological order. So I watched the first, I think it's like the first 5 episodes of season 2, which was Gojo and Gato's.
Yeah, the hidden inventory arc.
Yes. And then I switched over to watching the entirety of season 1 and then jumping back to season 2. I think it was like episode 6 or 7, and then finishing it through there. And it was,
you didn't watch the movie?
Yes, I watched the movie before season 2. Before I finished season 2, I think.
Okay.
So watching all of that and the way that I did, I'm actually really, really grateful, because a lot of people obviously were watching it in the way that it was released, right? That's just kind of how you watch shows. And the fact that I was able, because I didn't watch it, at the time that it came out, the fact that I was able to watch it in the way that I did, I feel like it just left such a good taste in my mouth, because I was able to see like the way that Gojo and Gato and Nanami, like how they all started, and then switching gears over to, the next sorcerer class, and then the next sorcerer class, and just like seeing the growth of like seeing Gato, Gojo, Nanami, and all of them grow up into who they are as adults now. Like, I thought that was so cool. It was so cool. I loved it.
It's really cool. I love. Oh man, who would you say is your favorite character in JJK?
Oh my god. I'm gonna be biased. I'm just gonna be that like that obvious girl, and Gojo is, and for different reasons, right? Not because he has like this infinite capability. I think that adds a lot to it, obviously. Just like, but I just think that his character, I can relate to him so much, especially in like the comedic relief and his goofiness. I'm obsessed with it. I think that it's so funny to have such a character who has great power, if not one of the greatest powers, and just be, normal, just kind of be funny. And I think Itadori, though, is probably neck and neck, because I feel like he's kind of the same. He kind of he has that, and also because he's a teenager. So I think I like Gojo a little bit more, because he's still an adult, and you can still kind of see that like childlike personality shine through him. He's not an extremely serious character. I think there's a pretty decent balance between the two. And then I think my third would probably be Megami.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good little roster right there.
Yeah. Okay. Who would you?
Definitely my top three, Gojo and Yuji neck and neck, because I have an archetype of character I love, and it's the dumb character who just they talk mess and they just run hands, and that's exactly what those two are. Like, they're just dum-dums and whatnot, but they're just cocky and confident, and like you'll get these hands when push comes to shove, and I just love that. But like my other third favorite character, jokingly on paper, or like the joke is, I love Geto, just because it's like in reality, I don't actually think his character is anything special. I do like what his character brings to the table in terms in relation to Gojo, but like I don't care. Like, so like amongst my friends, I joke around. I'm like, Geto's the GOAT.
Yeah.
But honestly, I love Sukuna. Like, I just love.
Oh yeah.
Like, he doesn't even feel like again, he's the king of curses, but like he doesn't even feel like a character. It just feels like a force of nature that you just. It's just, I love the writing.
Yes,
it's great.
Yes, I agree. I mean, Sukuna's good.
Anytime he's on screen, some shit's gonna go down.
Literally. Oh my gosh.
Like, I've never seen a villain before where when they appear, you're kind of worried for the main cast.
Yes.
Like most other anime series, like, the main villain will pop up, talk shit, say some evil monologue, and then just like dip out. And the main cast might get their ass beat, but you're like, nobody dies.
Right.
But like Sukuna pulls up. And people like, they don't get like the ceremonious death. Like, it's not like on O Piccolo jumping in front of the blast to save Gohan. It's like they just die.
They just die. It's so crazy.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, that kind of like, it's a love and hate sort of thing, because I kind of felt that way with Attack on Titan too. Is like that, like you don't want your favorite characters to go. You know, you're watching this show because you love these characters, but then like that sense of no one's safe kind of puts you like at the edge of your chair, and it just kind of makes you more involved with the show. So I think like Sukuna having that sort of like that power and just that sort of aura of like when he shows up on screen, no one is really safe. Like everybody has a target on their back. And I think that is what makes the show more engaging.
You made him do the mannequin challenge. Like, what type of madman?
Oh my God.
What type of lunatic?
That show is nuts. I love it though. 10 out of 10. Love it.
It's funny because that show takes place in like, what is it, 2018 canonically? I'm like, dang. That mannequin challenge was really around that time. Lore accurate.
Lore accurate. Give it to the writers, man. Lore accurate.
Nah, I love JJK. Okay, so JJK, Attack on Titan, Akame got killed. All right, you got yourself a little roster there.
Yeah, and
I like that.
And it's fairly, it's fairly newer. I would say like, I've watched some animes. I wouldn't say that they're like my favorite. I really like the story. I have to look this up because I think it was called Astra. Astra.
Hold on. I think I know what you're talking about.
Astra Lost in Space.
Okay,
they only had one season. And I thoroughly enjoyed that one season. I thought it was really, really, really good. I'm starting Demon Slayer over again. So
okay.
I watched
that's one of them ones right there.
It's one of them ones. I started watching it maybe like 5-6 years, like when it came out. And then life happened and I completely fell off and I have not been able to get back into it. And recently, I know that the new movie's coming out and I want to go see it. So it's been a little difficult for me to pick back up and watch, but I think on episode 4 of the first season. So I'm trying to kind of push myself through it and just try to enjoy it as much as I can, and then hopefully it'll be in time to watch the movie when it comes out. But that one
you got like a week.
I know, right? And everybody's like, oh, you got a week to like watch 4 seasons and blah 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 amount of movies, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
I'm gonna be so for real with you though, because Demon Slayer, again, it kind of just it varies from person to person, but for me personally, it's one of those you just put on and you could literally lose a day. Like you will just like it's that good. Where it's like if you're not paying attention, you'll look down at the clock and be like, damn, it's already it's that time?
Yeah.
What?
Yep. I need to. I'm gonna see. That's a small goal of mine, and if it does happen, then it does happen. That's okay. But I love Demon Slayer when it first came out.
Demon Slayer is really good.
I'm excited.
Contrarians will be like, "No, it's mid," and I'm like, "No, it's not."
It's not.
Like the story isn't. Again, it's not the greatest story ever told. There isn't subtext. It's not trying to. The message isn't anything deep, but I'm like, you don't need that. You just need. Is it entertaining? Is it good? Like, it's really good.
Right. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, but I'm excited for that. And
Okay.
there are others. I don't remember what they are, but pretty decent. I would say I'm not extremely deep into it because I haven't watched a lot of the ones that the masses.
I haven't watched a lot of like the cult classics.
The cult classics. I haven't watched a lot of those, so I'm slowly kind of getting into each.
I got a few I got a few recommendations.
Send them my
you
way.
know?
Send them my. I started Blue Lock. I haven't finished Blue Lock. I started Solo Leveling. I haven't.
I
watched
can't watch
season
Blue
2.
Lock.
Blue Lock is
I
good.
tried watching Blue. I just can't get into it. Something about it, like, it's just, when it comes to like sports anime, if it gets too goofy, like to a point where you're like, all right, they essentially got superpowers, or
I
like,
see what you mean.
I just can't get into it.
Yeah.
Like, I hear it's good, and I'll take people's word for it. It's just not for me. Like, I don't. But like, if you like Blue Lock, I would definitely recommend like Haikyuu. Haikyuu, the volleyball one, that's probably my favorite sports anime for sure.
Okay.
That one, I don't know. That one, like the hype, the emotions you feel, like that one's just one of them ones where, like, by the end of it, I thought I could play volleyball.
Okay, you have to send me a list of your recommendations for sure.
Yeah. I'm like trying to think, like, what are my favorite anime outside of like the main ones that like are everybody's favorite anime? And like the one that there's one that I'm always like, it's really good, but I never recommend it to people because it's too weird and too like I don't even know. Like, it's just not. It's a good show in terms of writing and like character and story and whatnot, but it's also a bad show in terms of like some of the things they do. Where I'm like, ooh, I don't know about that one.
Interesting.
It's called Monogatari.
Okay.
I never recommend it just because it gets really weird and just has a lot of stuff in it that I'm like, yeah, that's not okay.
Got you. Okay.
But the other show that I really like is one called I don't know if you've heard of it. It's a little known show called Hunter x Hunter.
Yes, I will say that I haven't finished that either. I would probably say I'm still on the maybe like the first quarter.
Yeah, I will say that for as good as it gets, because it gets really good, that first part is kind of rough. Like that first, I don't think, I think it's good, but I can see if people are like, yeah, I'm not gonna watch the rest of this because it is pretty slow, it is pretty rough. But like once you get to like the York New City arc where you meet the Phantom Troop, like that's where the show gets like really good.
I think I'm gonna start that one back up once I'm done with Demon Slayer and what the heck else did I say? Bleach. Because I have a thing like I can't, if I'm watching different shows, like multiple shows, I'm gonna lose my brain cells and I just don't finish them. So if I can just lock on one, I think I'm gonna start Hunter x Hunter again. I don't know because I've tried it 3 times and I'm always stopping very early on in the show. But I think I'm gonna just kind of like pick up where I left off, even though it's been a minute since I watched it, and just kind of fight through it because I wanna finish that one.
Okay. Have you ever heard of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood?
I have.
Have you seen it?
I have not seen Full Metal. That
is one of them ones. That's like, it's one of the most popular series out there, but it's popular for a reason. Like that's one of them ones where it's like from beginning to end, it's just captivating. Like they get you right where they want you.
That used to be that was one of my brother's favorites.
Oh yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, man.
I'm like trying to think.
I have so much to watch. So much.
Oh, trust me. I have my Crunchyroll list is such a shame. I got so much, like so many shows that I'm never going to actually watch on this watch list. I should probably get to it. I don't know. I've fallen off watching manga, or not watching manga. I've fallen off watching anime to a degree.
Yeah. Same. I took a really long pause. like a really long break in between, and I'm just starting to pick things back up. Probably like around the time that I started streaming, which was um October, like November of last year. So
Oh, you're relative. Wow, you're newer to streaming than I am.
oh yeah. Wait, how long have you been streaming?
Since last year too, but like I think I started like July of last year,
Okay.
June or July of last year.
Nice. Yeah. October Halloween was my first stream. My first ever stream. And then
Was it like a Halloween themed stream?
yeah, I dressed up and then I was playing Texas Chainsaw with a friend.
Oh,
And that was funny.
were you dressed up as like a Texas Chainsaw character?
No,
Or just
I
like,
was dressed up as one of the aliens from Toy Story.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it was cute. And then I chose that game because it was more of the like, you know, Halloweeny horror-esque games that kind of fit the theme. And then I haven't touched it since. But then, you know,
Sounds about right.
I started you know, just streaming kind of consistently after that. So yeah, it hasn't even been a year yet.
That's what's up. I have been super inconsistent. I think I streamed throughout the summer when I first streamed. And then I would stream like once every few months. And then I kind of got back into streaming around June, like May or June-ish. And then right now that I don't have anything better to do throughout the day, I'm trying to stream at least once or twice a week. It's just one of those things where I'm like, it's not that my motivation isn't there. I just sometimes don't know what to stream at all.
I think that's really big. I think that's pretty normal. I remember I was talking to a friend, it was a few days ago, and we were talking about, he had brought to my attention, like, I know you know who Ludwig is.
Yeah.
That he did kind of like his own, I don't know what you would call it. Like he, I don't know why I'm blanking on the word. Nonetheless, he did this thing where he created a Twitch account, to see how hard it is for smaller streamers to gain traction to their Twitches and to their lives. And he created this brand new account, didn't tell anybody. You know, he didn't promote, it wasn't his name, he didn't promote it, nothing. Created it, blank profile, no followers, like whatever. And he streamed and it was him. His camera's on, it was him. But because he didn't promote it, you know, there weren't a lot of people coming to the live, obviously. And he was just kind of trying to test this theory of like, you know, how difficult it is for us to gain traction. And it turned out like he was streaming for hours. And I think by the end of it, he maybe had 1 or 2 viewers. And that kind of gave him the perspective of like, and I'm sure that they, you know, people like Ludwig, Berlin, all of them know what it's like, you know, when you start off. You know, I don't think that that's something that they don't know. But it almost feels more difficult now than it would have been before, because I think that the market is obviously a lot more saturated now. And
it's so saturated.
Yeah, everybody streams.
Also, I think the content demographics have changed too. Now everybody, to even get some type of notoriety, you have to be a IRL streamer to some degree. Like you can't just be like, oh, I'm just playing games at home trying to entertain like that, because most of those types of streamers, they're already pretty well established or pre-established from like, you know, older Twitch and YouTube. And they just kind of have that same audience that just transferred over. or they were like the ones who blew up during COVID when nobody could go outside.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like all we were doing was watching them play video games at home.
Yeah.
But like for sure, a lot of like the newer guys and gals coming up, it's like they're all doing IRL content and trying to clip farm.
Yep.
For TikTok views. Yep. It's just so like interesting. Mm-hmm. I need to upload more to my TikTok. I am so bad at that.
I'm really bad too. I'll be really consistent. That's been my issue throughout my entire life, in all aspects of my life. I'll be really consistent with something, and then if I lose momentum once, it's very difficult for me to get back into it.
I be seeing some of the Big Sis Chris TikToks. You know, they make me chuckle here and there. They make me,
listen, as long as we get one chuckle, that's all that matters.
You know, I do the laugh where it's not like a out loud laugh, but kind of like the like you just blow nose out your
I don't know how I should take that.
Blow nose. It
Are you
blows
saying
air
that I'm
out
not
your
funny?
nose. No, like it's just one of those where it's like I'm not, I'm not gonna fall to my knees laughing.
I mean, who really
like
does? It has to be one of those really, really good videos. I can't tell you how many times in life I've wrote LOL and didn't laugh. You know, like it's just it's just what it is.
Like it's like just blow air out your nose. Like that was funny. I liked it. I enjoyed it, but it's not winning any awards in comedy.
Yeah. All right, let me go. I think that's my time, because at this point you're saying I'm not a comedian, and I think I'm gonna go.
No, you're funny. You're funny. I'll be chuckling. I'm just saying. Like I think everybody's like that. Yeah. Like I'm pretty sure I'll be making those jokes.
No, I'll
get a smirk out of people, but I'm not gonna get a full-hearted laugh.
Yeah. Like I'm not promoting myself to be a comedian at all.
We gotta, I think too many people are ashamed to like. Oh, we gotta start not accepting. We gotta start. What's the word I'm looking for? Like we gotta start taking pride in being able to make just people smile a little.
Yeah, like
with our jokes.
You don't have to get the belly laugh out of your joke. You don't have to get the roll on the floor laughing because you made what you thought was a roll on the floor laughing sort of video. Sometimes it's good for just a chuckle.
Yeah.
And
I want a smirk out of you. Like if I could get a smirk out of somebody, that means my joke at least landed.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm not
get an eye roll. Like it's like, oh, okay, I
right,
get it. Like,
right. If I ever get a belly laugh from someone off of a TikTok video that I make, that would be like headline news to me, because I think that I'm a funny individual. I think that I have nice humor and I can laugh and I can joke about certain things, but in no way, shape, or form do I think I'm ever going to be the funniest in the room. I think that there are people who are just made for that. And
yeah, I know I'm always going to be like top 5 funniest in the room, but never won.
Top 5 and always 5.
Always 5, even if there's only 3 people in there, There's at least 2 ghosts that I know are just cracking something better than me.
Exactly. Like I can contribute. I think my thing is not necessarily funny, although I can be funny. I think mine is wit. I'm very witty.
Yeah, you know what? I'm starting to think that too. Like I'm observationally funny. Like I can't sit down and tell you a joke, but I could spin something in a funny way that's like we're all watching.
Yeah,
like witty, funny.
Exactly.
Just
and
like...
I think wit is almost, I think wit is even more superior than funny. But that's just my take on it. Maybe just I'm biased, but
definitely.
Yeah. That was good stuff.
Just one of those things where I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I try to make people laugh. I try to be entertaining, and I just hope that my little goofs and gaffs and one-liners land.
Yeah. You just gotta hope and pray that they land, because then if they don't, yeah, you'll probably never see me again.
The funniest thing about, I think, like Twitch clips is that they never clip your jokes, or like when you say something funny.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
always you. It's always you fumbling or something.
Yeah. Somebody, you know what? I need a better mod because that is Yoshi to a T. He will always clip. At this point, I don't even know what he's a mod for. He's always clipping my downfalls and never the funnies. And I'm just like, man, I said something really funny there. I did something really good there. And he's like, no,
I
I'm
know.
going to take where you were fumbling the bag.
I'm like looking at my clips. I'm like, bro, I know I said
I
something
kn-
that
right.
made y'all.
And I can't be clipping my own stuff. That's what you're here for.
Like Paz be clipping me just when I have a slip of tongue, and I'm just like, bro. So when I was saying something I actually meant, you
Yo, we have
you wasn't there
we
for
have
it.
to protest against these mods, man. Who do we talk to?
I can't
about
lie
that?
though. I be doing the same thing to Paz
Yeah,
though.
100%. Like I do the exact same
Sometimes
thing
I be
to
in the-
Yoshi.
Sometimes I be in the VC just like trying to goad Paz into saying something crazy and be like, whoa, just so I can clip it myself. Like he said what?
Yeah, man. I now that I think about it, I think all the clips that I take of Yoshi are just where he's taking an L for sure. I think maybe there are a handful of where he takes a W, but majority of the time they're not good.
I'm mad that I'm looking at my clips right now, and one of the most viewed is a clip of me doing research on like an actor from the 80s
Interesting.
who turned out to be a predator, unfortunately.
Oh.
But the verbiage I'm using is, I'm like, damn, so my boy was a PDF file. I'm like, whoa, not my boy.
A PDF
Paz
file?
instantly caught that. Paz was like, yep, that's his boy. I was just like, no.
That's hilarious. Oh my gosh, man. They are just
Like, they're always just cooking
always.
me.
But I think
I'm like, bro.
that's what makes it lighthearted, That's how you know you have really good people is when they clip the bad, never the good.
It's all my clips are just me doing bad.
And he puts like
Like just
the best titles. He'll say like Chris the elite climber, knowing dang well that I fell. Like loudest Twitch streamer. Like, come on, man.
my So Paz has like a few of my most watched clips now that I'm looking at them. And one of them is me just hitting the wrong button on my soundboard.
Oh, brother.
So me and Pat, he was in my chat. And I forgot what we were talking about, but I'm like, oh yeah, we'll be in touch. We'll be in touch. And I hit my soundboard. I forget what button I was supposed to hit, but the button that plays is Marquez Brownlee saying it's the bust of the year.
Oh.
And I just instantly was like,
Gosh.
this is not. I instantly just was like, that's not what I was supposed to do.
This
Like,
was not it.
It looks. I'm talking about we'll be in touch, and like now it's saying it's the bus. Like now it's just a sexual.
Now it's become
context that
really
was never
weird.
and Paz instantly like a hyena, like just leaped on it. I was just like, bro.
Listen, and that makes for good clips. It makes for good clips. So
It's a good clip. As long as it's not a forced fumble, I'll take it every time.
Yeah, exactly.
Because there are sometimes you'll watch a bigger content creator and you're like, all right, you're trying to force a clip. I see it.
Yep. I definitely be peeping that.
But man, I'm like, I think my viewers just secretly hate me.
Oh, that's not good.
I'm joking.
That's not good. No.
Well,
Your viewers love you.
it's about that time. We're coming to an end.
Coming to a close.
Sorry.
Time flies when you're having fun.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
And as a segment, I'm trying to keep alive from my previous, now deceased podcast, Black Sushi. I we used to do this thing called Jam of the Week, which is where you get, it's your time to recommend a song, recommend an album, recommend an artist, whatever you've been listening to recently, whether they're the most popular pop star on the planet or the most, maybe it's just your friend from down the street that has a guitar. Mm-hmm. You get to share what you have been feeling. What's your jam of the week?
My jam of the week. Oh my God. When it comes to my music palette, I'm very repetitive. I don't branch. I'm not a music head to any degree. I feel like I don't really branch out a lot to new music. I do when I feel led to, but that's not a lot. So a lot of like my playlists and things are just songs that I've always loved and are usually pretty old. So my playlists don't get updated a lot. I would say the newest thing that I'm listening to that I consistently have on repeat is Justin Bieber's Swag album. I think that
is that the new one?
Yes. And you see, I was about to say, I think that got it got traction, but it has not gotten enough. I think that he really switched it up with this album, and he did something so different for him. He did something so different for this particular time. And in doing so, the artists and producers that he worked with, he was in turn like helping them be put out, a little bit more. Although, Dijon has been out for years. I think that kind of put him on the map a little bit more. And so much so he came out with his next album, because I think he only has his debut album. So this is his second album.
Wait, what?
Dijon?
Oh,
yeah,
Dijon.
No, not Justin.
I was like,
no. We know that man has been
okay.
has a plethora.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay.
I have really bad ADHD, so this entire time I was locked in, and that was the first time the ADHD got me.
I get it. Trust me, I'd be the same way. But yeah, I think that the work itself is stunning. I think it's gorgeous. I think he has some of the best songs in 2025 on this album for sure. I think that the people he worked with and the way that he gave them space to come in and partner with somebody as big as Justin Bieber. Like I don't think people realize how big Justin Bieber is. Like he may have a lot of personal things going on. People may call him crazy, whatever. I think that man doesn't get enough credit for the time that he's put into this industry, like for himself more so. I think this project was it was beautiful. It was stunning. And a lot of people who I talk to have maybe heard one or two songs on TikTok, but haven't like listened to the album. And I think it's a gorgeous album from start to finish. So I would recommend the Swag album for sure.
Okay. I've never really been into Biebs. I've heard the hits.
Yeah.
But definitely growing up, especially like in the Bieber fever era, like I wasn't the target demographic. And I still don't believe I am, but I do know that as people evolve and get older, their music changes. Yeah. And even my tastes have changed a lot too. Like, so I'll definitely give it I'll poke my head around a few songs.
Listen, I think it's that Bieber. It's more so like, it's not exactly Journal's Bieber, because I think Journal's Bieber was more like it was more like pop R&B. Where this one is more just like, it's more R&B. I don't want to say folk, but it gives a little bit more grittiness. But it does also
Okay.
have a 90s R&B feel to it, which I really, really appreciate. And you can tell that just based off of track 1. All We Can Take, I feel like, was birthed in like 80s, 90s era. So I think that as an album, I think this is one of his best. And a lot of people don't like it because they're not used to this Justin Bieber. And they also think that since he worked with Dijon, his debut album, there's similarities to the production, to the instruments and things like that. But I think that's kind of a given because of who you're working with. So it just kind of is what it is. But I think the Justin Bieber vocals on it is stunning. And I'm also really biased because I've been a believer since he came out. So he's my favorite artist ever. And
that's
yeah,
cool.
Yeah. I'm a believer. But yeah, no, I think it's really
I remember you're not gonna like this story, but I think it's a funny story to tell. When I first saw Justin Bieber, it was the music video for One Less Lonely Girl. No. Was it One Less Lonely Girl? I don't remember which video it was. I think it was One Less Lonely Girl. No.
One Time.
Which one? Hold on. It was around the Baby era, but I think it was not Baby.
I'm gonna tell you one time. I'm gonna tell you one time.
Man, what year did One Less Lonely Girl come out in? Is that a part of his first album? My World. What songs are on My World? Oh my gosh.
2009?
2009? Okay, it was... Oh no, I think it was One Time.
One Time was his debut single. That is what he came out with. And then One Less Lonely Girl was part of his first album, My World.
Okay, no. Okay, so the video was One Less Lonely Girl. I had to literally look it up. And so the reason why I bring it up is because the first time I'd ever seen him, I'd ever heard him, it was 2009, so I was 9 years old. Oh no, I was about 10. Yeah, I think I had just turned 10. And I remember we're at a family friend's house from church, and their daughter was watching MTV on TV, and they were showing the One Less Lonely Girl video, and as a 10-year-old, I looked up at the screen, and I just see Justin Bieber singing to this girl and whatnot, but he had I don't know what it was, maybe like the makeup they used on set that day, but his lips looked really glossy. And in my head as a 10-year-old, I was like, oh, that girl singing to the other girl, it's like a love song. And I'm like, and I just remember being like, that's so cool. Like, I've never seen like a music video where they show like just two girls being in love. Like in my, I just, I was just here being a young little ally in my head.
Who is Ellen DeGeneres singing to right now?
Yeah. And I'm just, cause again, I had never seen Justin Bieber, it's like the haircut he kind of had at that time. Like there were a lot of like girls in media with a similar haircut. So also here comes like the inner misogyny in me. He's like wearing a pink shirt in it. So I'm just like, oh, like this girl singing to like another girl. But to me, I was just like, that's so cool. Like I've never seen that. Like I'm just like, I'm being a little ally in my head.
Yeah.
And then at the end, it just says Justin Bieber. And I'm like, okay, Justine, like, you did your thing.
Oh my God.
And then later on, I found out Justine is actually Justin.
Not Justine Bieber.
He's a guy. Yeah.
I'm sick. That's hilarious.
Yeah. So it's cute in the fact that it's like a 10-year-old Christian child was being accepting of like this openly gay relationship in his head. And the whole time it's Justin Bieber.
Oh my gosh. I mean, it's not even extremely, that's hilarious. It's not extremely surprising because I feel like majority of people thought that he was a little girl. I mean, the amount of times that he got called Ellen DeGeneres when he was growing up, like, I'm pretty sure it's just unfathomable to him.
Oh yeah,
That is
100%. That's why he had to get into his bad boy swag
mm-hmm.
era in like
Yep.
2015. Swag, you
Uh-huh.
know?
Girlfriend.
We ain't ever forget that.
Girlfriend. You could be my girlfriend to the what world then?
He does got that one song with Chance the Rapper. I can't remember what it's called,
Confident?
but my friend Tyreek, I think so, yeah. My friend Tyreek is like, bro, you don't like that song? And I'm like, I don't know it.
She's confident.
And he'll play it every now and then, like when the topic comes up. And I'm just like, bro, this is a cool song. Still not in my playlist, but it's cool. Like, he got that.
Yeah.
That's one of the ones.
Yeah, man.
No, I definitely got
Justin has some.
I definitely got to get into. I got to get into a little more of the
Yeah,
beeps.
and I would say like, even just I think that he's just a very, I don't know. I don't want to. You can put his vocals on, a decent amount of things, and it goes really well. I think he does a really good job with, kind of like the versatility of it, and I think he kind of gets that from his influences. I think he gets that a lot from Chris Brown, because you could put Chris Brown on any beat and he's mastering that.
Listen, I'll say this because, I like that your jam of the week somehow has a easy transition to my jam of the week. Justin Bieber is on a song called Maria, I'm Drunk.
Oh my God. Let's get drunk.
By Travis Scott and Young Thug. See, I love Travis Scott. He's one of my favorite artists. Easily top 5 all time. I love Travis Scott. And I didn't know this until I got an email about it. I really need to go through my spam mail and like the subscription spam emails that you be getting. Because I got an email from Travis Scott personally to remind me that it was the 10-year anniversary of Rodeo yesterday.
Whoa.
Rodeo is one of my favorite albums ever. Again, I love Travis Scott. I love Rodeo. And, just because it turned 10 yesterday, I've been playing it all yesterday. I was playing it today in the morning. And it's just like, I don't know if there's anything more I can say about Rodeo that hasn't already been said. People are still arguing whether or not it's Travis's best project. I don't know. Like, I'm still arguing and debating it in my head because that's how monumental it was and how ahead of its time it was. But like, just so much. There's just so many songs, so many memories, so many things associated with this album, or like that are like nostalgic to me about this album. That I'm like, if you haven't heard it somehow, you just you should go listen to it. It's just start to finish one of the best albums ever. Like, just sonically it's so moody and like dark, but there's like just little hints of just like, I don't know, like hope and like sprinkled in. It's just like, I don't know, it's just a really good album.
I remember that. I remember when that came out. Maria, I'm Drunk has been one of my go-to songs, and I remember that it was off streaming platforms for a while. I was pissed, and I don't know if maybe that was just Spotify, but I could not hear it on anything.
I bought the physical CD to this album. I didn't have a job yet because I was 15, so I couldn't work yet. And I remember at that time, my parents seldomly would put money into a savings account for me. And I remember just like, I had to convince my dad to let me just pull a 20 out of my account. And he was like, what do you need? Like, don't be pulling money out of your savings account. Like, what do you, like, is this worth it? Like, really worth it? Like, think about it. And I was like, I need it. I need this CD, Dad. And my dad one of the things about my dad was that he was one of those people, immigrant parent. So to him, he just thought it he was kind of right that it was a unnecessary expense. Like, it was definitely a need more, or it was definitely a want more than a need. And to him, it's like, don't be spending money on just random wants. Like, if you got it, go for it. But like, you can't just be doing that.
Yeah.
But so for him to be like, okay, like, go ahead, get your little CD. Like, I don't care. Like, that was big to me. So that's another reason why this album like means so much to me, because it's like another one of those memories I have with my dad.
Aw.
Where it was just like a special little moment where he just caved into my my dumb wants.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
So, Maria, I'm drunk.
But yeah. Maria, I'm drunk. The whole album in its entirety, realistically. My favorite album, or my favorite song off of it, is easily 90210. But like, Apple Pie is so good.
Oh, yeah.
Maria, I'm drunk. Impossible. Antidote. Like,
Yeah.
I like it, the entire album.
Love. Yep.
No skips.
No skips. W.
Love it.
Thank you, Travis Scott.
Thank you, Travis Scott. Please,
If you ever hear this, thank you.
please drop another one. Utopia was forever ago. I need more.
I need more.
Please. Oh, I guess he did technically just drop Jack Boys, but I don't think any of those Jack Boys projects are good. He just needs to stop making collab albums. But again, thank you for joining me today.
Of course. What the heck? It's my pleasure.
You can go ahead and please tell the people where they should find you.
You can find me on Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. I think for the most part, my handles are the same. I think I aligned them all properly. So it's BigSisKris, KrisXO. That's where you should be able to find me.
And then, if you're listening to this, you probably already know where to find me. But if you don't, that means the algorithm's working in my favor. It's just Carli Yoshizawa.
Carli Yoshizawa.
Across all platforms. Please don't go to my Twitter, but you can find me.
Please don't.
You can follow it. I don't use it no more.
Right. It's not even Twitter anymore. It's what? It's
No, I'm calling it Twitter. I'm not letting that
what
man
is
win.
that? What did he even change it to? I forgot.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I completely forgot. I haven't touched that in years, so.
Yeah. Well, I can't say that. I tweeted today.
Suspiramos juntos.